Payoff pitch. Loop through the right side for a base hit. Tyler Campbell, the right fielder, back at the wall, and a little bit of discombobulation in the outfield. Crispino races past second, and he's into third standing. Just what the doctor ordered. Justin Crispino with a triple to lead things off for the Saltcats. Braden Michelson digs in from the right side. First pitch. Crush to deep left field. George Provell sprints all the way back at the wall, and that's exactly where the ball lands, on the warning track. Aiken Santana rounds past third, and it's an RBI double for Braden Michelson. The Ridgemen cut the deficit to just one in the top of the seventh. 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Strike three. 3 strikeouts in that frame from Matt Carner. 1 to Robbie Harrison, 1 to Zach Masnikoff, and the third to Grayson Saltzer. Matt Carner looking like Oprah Winfrey out there. You get a strikeout, you get a strikeout. And the Saltcats preserve their lead heading into the bottom of the fifth, up 4-0 over the Crush in game number 2 of the divisional championship. Lee's someone who's also been very consistent in the box, batting a .414 average. That's 4th best in the league. It's the 0-1. Alexander takes off from first. The pitch is outside. The throw to second. The tag is there. What an excellent throw from Jonathan Gonzalez, the catcher for the Saltcats, gunning down Matt Alexander. Hitter for the Silversmiths. The 2-1. Crush to deep right field. See you later. You can kiss that ball goodbye. Jason Scully with a grand slam. The pitch, runners go. Swing and a miss. Johansel Brito flexing as he walks back to the Saltcats dugout. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the top of the 8th. The Syracuse Saltcats are just 1 win away from reaching the NYCBL Championship. Alongside Ryan Randoni, I'm Gino Antamarino. The Saltcats taking the field first here from Onondaga Community College. And first up to bat for the Dansville Gliders, Reed Martin, the left fielder. In the 2 spot, Russell Galembe, the center fielder. Cooper Berry in the 3 spot, the shortstop. Batting cleanup, Aiden Diltz, the first baseman. Liam Stonestreet in the 5 spot, the catcher. Batting 6th, Justin Kolpak, the designated hitter. Bryant Loving in the 7th spot, the third baseman. Carter Shin, the second baseman, bats in the 8th spot. And rounding out the order in the 9th spot, Cameron Abule, the right fielder. The defensive lineup for your Syracuse Saltcats, presented by JH Performance Gloves. Starting in the outfield, Chris Holcraft in left, Justin Crispino in center, and Charlie Iriotakis in right. In the infield, Pat May on third. Maverick Bordeaux stands on short. Aiden Brunin over at second. Jonathan Gonzalez on first. Catching is Scott Esposito. And starting on the bump for the Saltcats, Ethan Marzo, a rising sophomore out of Marist College, stands on the hill at 6'1", 195 pounds. The right-handed pitcher toes the rubber from the first base side. He's in search of having a really good start for the Saltcats and closing out the 2024 campaign in style. The Saltcats took down the Gliders yesterday in a 15-2 domination in game number 1 of the NYCBL Championship. So now they just need one more win. Ryan, what do the Saltcats need to do to close things out today?
Well, I think pitching's a big key. It was a big factor yesterday with all those free bags given up by Dansville. So it starts with the guy on the mound, Ethan Marzo. He's got to have a good game today. There's no doubt about it. If he has a good game, the Saltcats will be in a good position to win this one.
Ethan Marzo making his 8th appearance on the hill for the Saltcats this summer with a 2-1 record and a 3.50 ERA. Making his 5th start, coming into this one with 29 strikeouts. As Scott Esposito returns to his spot behind home plate after talking things over with his starting pitcher, and leading things off for the Gliders, Reed Martin, who digs in from the left side. Martin, a rising freshman at SUNY Cortland, raises the black-collared bat over his left shoulder. He gets set for the opening pitch. Marzo readies the glove at the chest, takes a deep breath, and kicks and fires. Outside for ball 1. Martin stands in the box at 6'1", 185 pounds. In yesterday's game against the Saltcats, went 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts, also recorded a stolen base, up to 16 this summer in stolen bags, second most on his team. The 1-0. Fastball in the dirt for ball 2. Martin, 31 games played heading into today. Bats with a 2.31 average. As Marzo takes a deep breath. With a 2-0 count in the top of the first, he fires. Fastball on the outer half for strike 1. Officials in this game, Carmen Parati behind home plate, Tom Marlin over on first base, and Jimmy Segala on third. A 2-1 count to the leadoff batter, Reed Martin. The pitch. A hard bouncer to first. Gonzalez has a hard time fielding it. It's in and out of his glove, but he throws it to Ethan Marzo, his pitcher, who runs over from the mound, hauls it in, and touches the bag for out number 1.
Number 7, Russell Goulet.
I mean, yeah, great bounce back there overall at first by Gonzalez, and a great run by Marzo. That was tough. He had to really race to that bag.
Marzo and Martin in a foot race over to the bag. As you mentioned, it was a good recovery by Gonzalez over on first. And out comes Russell Galembe from the right side. His first offering. Fastball just misses low for ball 1. Galembe, a rising junior at Ferrum College, stands at 6'3", 185 pounds. Righty on righty matchup. The 1-0. Fastball again misses just low. 2-0 the count. Galembe, heading into yesterday's game against the Saltcats, was on a 4-game hitting streak. He had 6 knocks in his previous 4 games, but that streak ended yesterday, went 0 for 3. As the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Galembe has been a spark on offense for the Gliders all summer long. Bats with a 3.53 average through 29 games played. That ranks first on his Dansville squad. The 2-1 offering. Popped up foul behind home plate and out of play. Galembe with 35 runs as well this summer. That ranks first on his team. 4 home runs, second on the team, and 20 RBIs, third on the team. Definitely someone who can get some offense rolling, and Dansville certainly needs it after going down 15-2 to the Saltcats yesterday. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And just like that, Ethan Marzo with his 30th strikeout this summer. And it's at the hands of Russell Galembe. Quickly 2 away in the top of the first. And out comes Cooper Berry from the left side.
Yeah, big punch out for Ethan Marzo. You know, he had been struggling to find the zone in his last appearance, so that's huge for him.
Marzo fires the first pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And Marzo's last appearance came in the first game against Cortland a couple days ago in the second round of the playoffs. Faced 2 batters, walked both of them before getting pulled. The 0-1. Misses low and away for ball 1. Cooper Berry, the shortstop in today's game, a rising sophomore at Pomona Pitzer College. Yesterday's game against the Saltcats was a lone bright spot on offense. Batted 3 for 4 with 2 doubles as well as 2 runs. 1-1. Fastball on the lower half for strike 2.
One thing I noticed already is the catcher, Scott Esposito, how he's placing these balls, and, you know, if they're a little bit outside, being able to return that glove to the zone to make it look like it's right down Broadway. It's very good placing by Esposito.
Marzo in search of back-to-back strikeouts to end the frame. A 1-2 count, the offering. Fastball low. Evens the count up at 2 apiece. Esposito in yesterday's game was listed as the designated hitter. Jonathan Gonzalez over on first today. was catching yesterday. We've seen that move a few times this summer. As Marzo brings the glove to his face. A 2-2 count with 2 outs in the top of the first. The pitch. Fouled off his jersey. Count remains at 2-2. Barry, heading into yesterday's game, had no hits in his last 3 games played. But obviously, with his stat line against the Saltcats, looked pretty good on offense. Now up to a .372 average, second best on the Gliders. 51 hits as well, also first. The 2-2. Crushed high in the air to deep center field. Justin Crispino sprinting all the way back at the wall, and he makes the head-high grab over to his left for out number 3. What a phenomenal play by Justin Crispino as he gets on his horse and sprints all the way back at the wall to record out number 3. In the top of the first, the Gliders with no hits, no runs, and leave no one left on base. After a ground out to Reed Martin, a strikeout to Russell Galembe, and a flyout to Cooper Barry, and the score still knotted up at 0 apiece between the Saltcats and the Gliders. Heading into the bottom of the first, we'll be right back on the Saltcats Broadcasting Network. A pitching change for the Ridgemen. In the bottom of the 7th, Saltcats up 4-3 with 2 base runners aboard. George Provell on second, Maverick Bordeaux on first. Braden Hamilton started on the bump in his 3rd inning of work. Gave up 2 hits, 1 run, as well as a walk and 2 strikeouts. He's replaced by William Rusati. Stand on the bump at 6 foot, 190 pounds, rising junior out of Monroe Community College. A local guy from Rochester, New York. Making his 3rd appearance this season for the Ridgemen, and it couldn't come at a more dangerous time. A single game elimination between the Saltcats and the Ridgemen. Winner moves on to play in the divisional championship tomorrow in a best-of-3 series. But we still got this game to get through as Charlie Iriotakis digs in from the left side. Righty on lefty matchup, the first pitch. Breaking ball hits the inner half for strike 1.
And the Saltcats got to capitalize here, Gino. Rochester's too dangerous with its lineup to, ensure that they don't score a run later on.
The 0-1. Fastball down the pipe for strike 2. Iriotakis quickly down in the count with no outs in the bottom of the 7th. Provell on second, Bordeaux on first. Iriotakis, a rising sophomore of the College of William and Mary. The 0-2 pitch misses outside. Like Ryan was saying, this Ridgemen team, known for its offense, second in the league in runs with 264 and hits with 329. You can't ever be too comfortable against this Ridgemen team. As Rusati kicks and fires the 1-2, sails up high, evens the count up at 2 apiece. Iriotakis has gotten on base once today off of a catcher's interference against J.R. Morrow. Other than that, 2 flyouts. The 2-2. Bounced foul, first base side, just in front of the Ridgemen dugout. Iriotakis stays alive. Someone who's been red hot for the Saltcats heading into today's game. 15 hits, 11 runs, 8 RBIs in his last 11 games. The 2-2. Breaking ball just misses that outer edge for ball 3.
Yeah, such a crucial pitch here coming up, Gino. No outs, you got a 3-2 count. Huge swing of momentum on this pitch.
Iriotakis does a nice job of working walks. He's got 20 this season, tied for first on the Cats. As Rusati glances over his right shoulder. Payoff pitch. Misses up high for ball 4. Rusati was ahead of the count against Iriotakis, but ends up walking him. That loads the bases for the Cats in the bottom of the 7th. Syracuse up 4-3 over the Ridgemen. And out comes Aiden Brunin, who's been dangerous today.
Yeah, and that could have been the most crucial pitch for the batting-wise for the Saltcats. Thus far, Rochester with a chance to get its first out with a new guy on the mound.
First pitch for the righty, Aiden Brunin. Takes the ball low. 1-0 count.
I mean, now all the momentum is in the Saltcats' favor, and the guy on the bump is rattled too already.
Bases loaded. Rusati walked his first batter in Iriotakis as the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Change up down the middle. Evens the count up at 1 apiece. Brunin in today's game has a double as well as a walk and 2 runs. It's only one time he's been retired. That was on his first at-bat, a flyout. 1-1 pitch. Skied high in the air, foul territory, right field side, and out of play. Into the Richmond bullpen that time.
Woody Barks, I mean, he put on the Jets there. Doesn't look like a speedy guy, to be honest, but he really went pretty quickly. Gotta give him credit.
Woody Barks, 5'9", 223 pounds. A bigger guy, but like Ryan was saying, he took off.
I'm 5'9", I'm probably about 40 or 50 pounds less, but I don't know if I could use that speed, Gino, to be honest.
Not after the 2 burgers you ate today. It's the 1-2. Brunin skies it behind the plate and out of play.
Well, that's why you work out before, or you work out after, or before. Yes, before. You have the meal after.
I'm the same way. 1-2 the count against Brunin. Gets set from the right side. Still no outs in the bottom of the 7th. Bases loaded. The pitch. Fastball in the dirt for ball 2. Brunin has 12 hits in his last 9 games. He's also very dangerous on the base paths as well. 7 stolen bags in his last 11. 2-2 pitch on the outside for ball 3.
Yeah, and again, I mean, just doing no favors for yourself. You get ahead on these counts and you can't finish it.
A walk to Aiden Brunin would result in a run for the Saltcats. Payoff pitch. Lifted high in the air to shallow right field. Jack Cannon sprinting, and he doesn't get there in time. He barehands it off the first hop, throws home. It doesn't get there. George Provell sprinting in from third, and the Saltcats tack on another run. They lead 5-3 over the Richmond with the bases still loaded and still no outs in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, I mean, what a start for this inning for the Saltcats after allowing 2 runs, it becoming a really close game, getting a run across, and still there being no outs with the bases loaded. Just a chance to completely take a firm hold of this game now.
And how about Aiden Brunin tonight? He's gotten on base 3 out of 4 times. First pitch for Scott Esposito. Fastball down the pipe for strike 1. Esposito replaced Jay Murdoch in the 6th. Served as a pinch runner after Murdoch singled. First time Esposito is at the plate today. A rising sophomore at Marist College. The 0-1. This is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Esposito in a big spot. Bases loaded, no outs. Saltcats could certainly use some insurance runs. Up 5-3 to the Richmond in a single game elimination. The 1-1. Cranked foul. First base side and into the bleachers. 1-2 the count against Esposito. Esposito's been in a rut. No hits in his last 10 games. Could certainly use a knock here. As I was saying, bases loaded. Bordeaux on third, Iriotakis on second, Brunin on first. Righty on righty matchup. 1-2 count for Esposito. The pitch. Cranked to deep left field. That ball's going to drop fair right on the line. That brings in Bordeaux. Iriotakis right behind him. And it's a 2-run RBI double for Scott Esposito.